So, I am a big fan of The Sims 3. Every time I've ever made an account, it was always been normal and fun. This time, however, it wasn't. One day, I decided to make a new family in my Sims 3 game. I made a husband, a wife, and 2 sons. After I moved in my Sims, I decorated their house to be perfect and made them have good skills and careers. Then one day, while the mother was at the park, I saw a freaky-looking man with overalls and a disfigured face. His nose was really long and wide. His eyes were curved to look angry, and his mouth curved down like a ghost-like frown. This really creeped me out. I put my mouse over his body to see what his name was, and it was your friend. I laughed a little, thinking it was just a joke. Things kinda like this have happened in the game, like a sim sounding like they're saying, "You're mine." But I've always thought how little it was. I was wrong on this one. I drove my sim home, since I was still a little weirded out by it. When my sim got home, I noticed that creepy-looking sim still following her. I made my sim go inside, and then I locked all the doors in the house. All the rest of the day and night, the creepy sim stayed outside. Almost like he was waiting. When he finally left, I went outside and took my wife's sim and her 2 sons to the park. When I got there, I saw the creepy sim again. He walked up to me and continued to follow me again. It was weird because he never tried to talk to me like Sims usually do when they follow you. He just followed me. For the next 2 days, every time my wife's sim went out, this creepy sim followed her everywhere. He never followed the husband or either of the 2 sons, only her. I couldn't call the police in the game since they're only help if there's a burglar on the loose, so I was on my own. I didn't want to delete the account since I thought it would just be a glitch that would go away. Finally, I tried talking to this creepy sim to see if there's any way I could stop him from following me. The second I talked to him, my hunger went to 0 and my sim fell to the ground dead. The creepy sim just walked away while the normal sims started to cry. Although being upset about my sim's death, I thought this would be the end of the creepy sim stalking. I continued playing the game. That same night, the husband sim got asked to work overtime, so I said yes. When I got home, I was totally shocked and caught off guard. The whole house was covered in huge flames, and I could hear the 2 sons scream loud inside. I was so shocked since the house fires in The Sims can never get that big, and when the fires in your house start, you get notified. While my Sims frantically tried to put out the flames, I saw the creepy sim standing next to that road, just watching with some freaky expression. When the firefighters got there and put out all the flames, all the houses burnt, and the 2 sons were dead. And I was upset. I was ready to delete this account. Just before I did, I decided I was going to find out where this creepy sim lived so I can kill him by lighting this house on fire. When I finally tracked down where he was, I was so shocked. He lived up in the high mountains in an old rotting-looking house. It looked like there was all brown stains all over the edge and brownish-green walls of the house, and the ground was covered in black piles of ashes. After I rang the doorbell, after a few moments, a little notification appeared. It was the creepy guy's face with text bubbles saying,
"Leave right now."
I rang the doorbell again, and this time it said,
"I would leave if I were you."
Finally, After the third or fourth time, he answered the door. His overalls were covered in blood. When I got ready to light the house on fire, I noticed the creepy sim smiling. I ignored it best as I could. I continued with making the oven set on fire. Once it did, I started running out of the house when I realized the creepy sim had left the house and somehow locked me in. Since The Sims 3 doesn't let you log off when there is a house on fire, I was forced to watch my last sim die, while the creepy sim watched from the outside. I have never been scared of a Sims game in my life, and I am still scared to make another account on my game, fearing it may happen again. If you ever make an account in The Sims, and there is a person named your friend, delete your account, or at least record these things that The Sims does. I wish I had, because, as nobody believes, what I have said is true. If you have any experience with The Sim, your friend, please contact me. I want to know how to get rid of him or prevent him from harming my future Sims. I still want to play the game, but not if your friend could still harm any of my Sims.